fabulous executive living bordering Oak Mountain State Park. Colleen and David Black, Keller Williams Realty, 356-5412. Call on Colleen.
This is the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Wednesday, the 29th day of July. I'm James Spann. This is a time when typically the summer heat is at its peak, but today temperatures will be way below average because of clouds and rain. Let's look at the Skycam shots early this morning at the somewhat ridiculous hour of 5 o'clock. That's the view coming from Jasper, from the King Building up in Walker County. Streets are wet. The rain for now has stopped, and more rain is likely later today. Pretty much the same deal in Tuscaloosa. That's looking down on Lurleen B. Wallace Boulevard from the courthouse. And some very heavy rain came through early this morning. That shifted down to the south. And there's a look at Gadsden's Skycam up in northeast Alabama. Low clouds hanging over the city. A big old trough. A good heat buster of a trough for our friends out in the Plain States. Covers much of the nation. And that will keep our weather very unsettled in coming days. Peek at the radar this morning. That is at 5:04 a.m. And you can see the heaviest rain falling from near York and Livingston to Utah, Greensboro, Marion, Clanton, Alexander City, and Roanoke. And some really good rains falling in through there, and it's been working slowly southward. Here's a look at the storm totals off the Birmingham Next Rad. Heaviest over on the Alabama-Mississippi state line, a little north of York and Livingston. That's suggesting 4 inches of rain there. Otherwise, the heaviest rain right across that central part of the state and parts of West Alabama. The eastern side, not as much, but again, everybody's going to see a lot of rain for the next several days. Severe weather today, a slight risk from near Memphis up to Denver. That includes Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, and Little Rock. No formal risk here. It could be a few strong storms, but the instability will be limited. Also a slight risk up on the Atlantic coast from near the Tidewater area up to Long Island. Tomorrow, no formal risk, but there are low-end probabilities from New Mexico and Texas into North Alabama and points north. Pretty much like today. There could be a few strong storms, but a big severe weather problem not expected. And look at that rain. QPF through Sunday evening at 7. This is through the weekend. On top of the rain we had yesterday, this is suggesting rainfall amounts of 4 inches for North Alabama, with 2 inches down south. So this is an amazingly good midsummer rain event with no tropical systems involved. And speaking of that, that's just incredible there. I mean, nothing across the Atlantic basin. A little wave out there. Let's see. That's about around 30 west. But no sign of any organization. The air across the basin is very dry. And obviously with that big old trough, the winds are harsh out in the Gulf, so no tropical storm problems for a while. This is the OCGFS at 1 o'clock today. There's that refreshing upper trough over much of the country. And down below that, upward motion means wet weather, occasional showers and storms. Tomorrow, same deal. Friday, same thing. That looks awfully wet. Surface boundary is up there around Memphis, but it's going to lose its push, and a southwest flow aloft as it becomes parallel to the upper air winds. You know, Saturday starting off the weekend, we've talked about showers thinning out a little bit, but I don't know. Clear weakness in the ridge, trough axis with a vortex around Tupelo. That looks awfully wet. So, looking at that, we sure don't need to back off at anything at this point. That looks like another day with a good chance of rain and storms. Sunday, maybe then we can bring it to scattered, and then Monday of next week, that looks a little more typical of summer, but still there's a stall boundary just north of here. Scattered showers and storms may be numerous at times. Tuesday, the GFS tries to push drier air down into North Alabama. If this is right, we would be trending drier, but fronts have a hard time pushing through here this time of the year. And then Wednesday of next week, if anything, that front kind of moves northwards. So weather looks wet through the weekend, maybe becoming scattered next week. And let's look out there at mid-month, August 13th. Where's the heat? Well, not here. The big 594 heat bubble is out west, where they have had a very hot summer. And again, there's a clear weakness in the ridge here, and that would suggest, like we've seen, temperatures trending a bit below average with rain perhaps a bit above average out there at mid-month. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes on the blog, alabamawx.com, if you're watching this via iTunes or YouTube. Next video here by 3:30 today. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.